Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are diving into a very exciting topic, social media marketing and content creation. We'll be building on our previous discussions about marketing strategy and moving into the practical tools and platforms that bring those strategies to life. Let's get started. Before we jump into social media platforms, we need to talk about the content itself. To create professional-looking logos, banners, YouTube thumbnails, and social media posts, we need the right tools. Canva is a fantastic, user-friendly platform that allows us to design all of these elements, even if you don't have a background in graphic design. One of the best things about Canva is its massive library of templates. Whether you need an Instagram carousel or a Facebook banner, you can start with a professional template and customize it to fit your brand's colors, fonts, and style. This saves a tremendous amount of time while keeping the quality high. So what exactly is social media marketing? Simply put, it's the process of using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn to promote your brand, products, or services. But it's not just about posting randomly. The goal is to build an online community, establish authority in your niche, and ultimately turn your followers into loyal customers. Building authority is key here. By consistently sharing valuable, relevant content, you show your audience that you understand their needs and have the expertise to help them. This trust is what eventually drives sales and leads. It's about creating a connection, not just broadcasting a message. To succeed on social media, you need a solid strategy. We'll start by looking at competitor analysis, using tools like the Facebook ad library to see what others in your industry are doing. Then we move into content creation, focusing on engaging formats like Reels and high-quality graphics. Next is setting up and branding your pages correctly. And finally, analyzing your performance to see what's working. This brings us to your practical task for this session. I want you to start thinking about your brand identity. For our next class, your homework is to set up your Facebook and Instagram pages. Think about your page name, your logo, and your overall branding. We will review these and continue building our strategies together. Picking up right where we left off, let's dive directly into building a robust social media strategy. Before you even think about drafting a single post or opening your design software, you must clearly define your core goals. Are you looking to build broad brand awareness, drive targeted website traffic, or generate direct sales? Without a clear, defined target, your content will completely lack direction. For instance, a vague goal simply won't cut it in today's competitive landscape. You need highly measurable targets. Setting a specific objective, like gaining exactly 5,000 followers in 3 months, or generating 100 qualified leads per month, dictates exactly what type of content you need to produce to hit those numbers. Once your overarching goals are locked in, we bring back the buyer persona framework we discussed previously. You need to map out exactly who you are talking to on a granular level. This means pinpointing their specific age group, their physical location, the exact problems they are desperately trying to solve, and the digital platforms where they spend their time. Let's look at a highly practical example. If your deep dive research shows your ideal customer is between 18 and 30 years old, located primarily in Nepal, and highly interested in fitness and technology, you instantly know that traditional broad stroke marketing won't work. You must tailor your messaging to speak directly to this specific lifestyle and demographic. With your target audience perfectly defined, you must now choose the right digital battlefield. Not every social platform serves the same purpose or audience. Instagram is absolutely phenomenal for highly visual brand and lifestyle products, while TikTok is the ultimate go-to for viral short-form video content aimed squarely at a much younger demographic. Conversely, if you are offering professional business services or enterprise software, LinkedIn is your absolute best bet for business-to-business lead generation. Meanwhile, YouTube remains the undisputed king for long-form educational content, detailed product reviews, and complex step-by-step tutorials that require a much longer viewer attention span and deeper engagement. You absolutely cannot build a successful strategy in a vacuum. Thoroughly analyzing your competitors is a strict, non-negotiable step in this process. You need to investigate exactly what types of content they are posting, how frequently they publish, and what specific psychological tactics they use to drive likes and comments. To do this effectively and at scale, we utilize advanced analytics platforms like Social Blade. This tool allows you to peek behind the curtain and see exactly which platforms yield the highest engagement for specific niches in your region. By studying audience behavior on competitor pages, you can easily reverse engineer their success. Now we structure what you will actually say using core content pillars. These are the foundational themes of your entire brand messaging. You should strategically categorize your posts into educational tutorials, inspirational success stories, direct promotional material, pure entertainment, and community-driven content. This variety keeps your audience highly engaged and prevents ad fatigue. Here is the ultimate secret formula to rapid, sustainable growth. Your overall content mix should be heavily skewed toward giving rather than taking. Aim for about 70% pure value in education, 20% entertainment, and strictly limit your promotional pitches to 10%. To gain loyal followers, you must provide undeniable value first. To execute those pillars consistently without burning out, you need a rigid, well-planned content calendar. Randomly posting whenever you happen to feel like it will completely destroy your organic reach. Assign a specific content pillar to each day of the week. For example, kick off Monday with a deep educational post and use Tuesday for high-reach short-form reels. As you move into the midweek, you shift your focus entirely to audience engagement. Run interactive community polls on Wednesday to gather valuable feedback. Share quick, highly actionable industry tips on Thursday. Finally, wrap up the work week on Friday by showing behind-the-scenes footage, which humanizes your brand and builds a deeper, more authentic connection. Beyond social media platforms, your written content must survive the ever-changing, volatile landscape of search engine optimization. Google's core algorithms, particularly regarding semantic search and article ranking, are updating almost daily now. Staying relevant requires constant proactive vigilance and rapidly adapting your content to meet these brand new technical standards. Because these digital platforms change their interfaces so rapidly, tools like the Google Keyword Planner can sometimes look completely different from one week to the next, often automatically pushing users toward paid ad campaigns. We will explore exactly how to navigate these interface changes and properly configure your technical tools as we move into the next phase. Continuing from our previous discussion on content research, we now shift our focus to execution. We've looked at traffic sources, user behavior, and basic conversion tracking. Now, the goal is to take all that detailed research and structure it into a practical format for online presentation, specifically for social media. The main objective here is to figure out exactly how to present these different content types online. We need a system to organize what we post and when we post it, ensuring our strategy is actually implemented effectively. Let's look at how to build that content calendar. We've touched on this before, but it's crucial to map out a specific schedule. For instance, you might dedicate Monday to an educational post, Tuesday to a reel, Wednesday to a poll to engage the audience, Thursday for sharing tips or results, Friday for a behind-the-scenes look, and Saturday for another reel or a community support post. Notice the variety here. By alternating between educational content, interactive elements like polls, and engaging formats like reels, you keep your audience interested while maintaining a consistent posting schedule. To manage this schedule, you need the right tools. Spreadsheets are always an option, but I highly recommend looking into Notion if you haven't already. It's an incredibly powerful SaaS product that works exceptionally well, even at the corporate level. What makes Notion so great is its ability to handle task assignments and create dedicated workspaces. It keeps everything centralized in one place, making it much easier to collaborate with a team and track your content pipeline. Once your calendar is set, you must pay close attention to the content format itself. In today's landscape, the golden rule is to deliver as much value as possible in the shortest amount of time. People's attention spans are limited, so your content needs to be concise and impactful. This is why short-form videos on platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels are so effective. Similarly, carousel posts allow you to break down complex information into swipeable, bite-sized pieces. Let's look closer at carousels. They are continuous posts where each slide directs the user to the next. For example, a slide might prompt "swipe to see more," and the final slide often includes a call to action like "was this helpful?" This format actively guides the user through your narrative step by step. And for creating visual assets like infographics or carousel slides, tools like Canva are invaluable resources, offering templates for almost everything you need. Picking right up from our previous session, let us quickly recall the foundation we built around content marketing. We covered the overarching content strategy, the three main types of content, awareness, authority, and conversion, and how to generate that content using basic and premium AI prompts. It is crucial to have these concepts firmly in place before we move forward. Now that we know how to generate high-quality content, the next logical step is figuring out how to present it. Today, we are focusing entirely on the social media aspect. How do we take those raw ideas and format them so they perform well online? This is where visual presentation becomes absolutely critical to your digital marketing success. To bridge this gap between raw text and engaging social media posts, we rely heavily on design tools, with Canva being the industry standard for quick, professional layouts. Whether you are already a seasoned user or completely new to the platform, we will be utilizing it extensively to bring our content strategies to life visually. One of the most effective ways to present complex information on social media is through infographics. Alongside formats like stories and live sessions, infographics act as a powerful catalyst for audience engagement. They take dense text or data and transform it into a highly visual, easy-to-digest format that audiences are much more likely to read and share. The beauty of infographics is their absolute versatility. You can use them for virtually any niche or purpose. Whether you are breaking down health tips, designing a standout visual resume, building a corporate presentation, or explaining digital marketing concepts, infographics provide a structured and engaging way to deliver your message effectively. When you are ready to create your own, simply open up Canva and use the search bar to look for specific infographic templates. For instance, if you type in digital marketing, you will be presented with countless options. It is important to pay attention to the labels on the thumbnails, as you will want to filter out the premium templates if you are looking for free versions to practice with. Once you find a suitable free template, like this one titled 5 Steps to Digital Marketing Domination, you can start customizing it. You would plug in your specific content, such as actionable tips on mobile optimization or social media marketing, directly into the pre-designed layout. Let us look at how we can further refine these specific design elements as we move into the next phase of our layout strategy. Picking up right where we left off, let's look at how we practically apply the digital marketing foundations we just discussed. Your strategy relies heavily on 3 core pillars. First, your website acts as your digital storefront. Second, SEO ensures people can actually find that storefront when they search. And third, content creation provides the value that keeps them coming back. Moving into specific tactics, there are 5 key steps to truly dominating your digital presence. It starts with mobile optimization, as most users browse on their phones. Then we leverage organic social media marketing alongside paid advertising. We follow up with email marketing for direct communication and tie it all together with robust SEO and content marketing. Presenting this kind of information as an infographic is also highly effective. Once your content is live, your job is not over. You must actively engage your audience by replying to comments, acknowledging likes, and asking questions to spark meaningful conversations. Simultaneously, you need to track your performance. Look at your reach and listen to what people are saying. If a post underperforms, use that data to optimize and improve your future content. Let us look at a practical example using a fitness coaching business. The strategy needs a clear target, such as acquiring 50 new clients in 3 months. From there, we define our content pillars, perhaps focusing on nutrition, workouts, and mindset. Finally, we establish a strict posting schedule, like 5 casual posts a week and 2 daily stories to maintain consistent visibility. Notice how heavily that strategy relies on daily stories. Today, a massive percentage of social media success comes from short-form content. Thanks to platforms like TikTok, user attention spans are significantly shorter, and people expect to consume information rapidly. If your message is not delivered quickly and efficiently, your audience will simply scroll past. To execute these strategies, you need to establish a presence where your audience already spends their time. At a bare minimum, you should be looking at setting up optimized business pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. Your immediate next step is to ensure accounts on these specific platforms are created and properly configured. Bringing this all together requires a fundamental strategic playbook. You must systematically define your core business goals, identify exactly who your target audience is, and choose the right platforms to reach them. Then, you plan out the specific types of content you will produce, and finally, track how your audience responds so you can continuously refine your approach. Now that we have our foundational strategy and platforms identified, we need to look outward. The next critical phase is market analysis, specifically focusing on competitor analysis. By understanding what your competitors are doing well and where they are falling short, we can find unique opportunities for your brand, which we will dive into next. Now that we've covered digital marketing fundamentals, website functionality, and SEO strategies in detail, we're transitioning into our next major topic, social media marketing. But before we dive completely into social, let's briefly tie up our SEO discussion. We've talked about the importance of regular content, like blog posts, to keep your site relevant. A key concept here is the money page. In a real-world project, the money page is the specific landing page or product page that a client wants to rank highly to generate leads or sales. It's usually structured as your domain, followed by the specific service or product, like domain.com/digital marketing services. This is the page where you focus your keyword optimization. And to really push that money page up the rankings, after you've nailed the on-page and technical SEO, you need to focus heavily on backlinks. Building high-quality backlinks, often through guest posting on sites with strong domain authority, is crucial for showing search engines that your page is authoritative and trustworthy. Moving into social media, the first step is market analysis. You need to understand what your competitors are doing. When we look at competitor ads, there are three main components we analyze: the ad copy, which is the text, the call to action, or CTA, which is the link or button they want you to click, and the ad creative, which is the image or video used in the ad. But how do we find these ads? We use a powerful free tool provided by Meta called the Meta Ad Library. This platform allows us to search and view all active ads running across Facebook, Instagram, and other Meta platforms. It's an essential tool for competitor research. Using the Meta Ad Library is straightforward but incredibly insightful. You can search by specific keywords related to your niche, like WordPress themes, or search for specific competitor pages. You can also filter by country, which is great if you're targeting international markets like India or the US. One of the most valuable things to look for is how long an ad has been running. If you see an ad that started months ago and is still active, that's a strong indicator that the ad is successful and generating a good return on investment. You should study those long-running ads closely to understand their strategy. When conducting your market research, keep three main pillars in mind. First, assess the level of competition for your product or service. Second, evaluate the actual market demand. Is there a genuine need for what you're offering? Finally, analyze the content flow and engagement. How are your competitors presenting their content? What kind of response are they getting from their audience? By noting these details, you can identify gaps in the market and refine your own strategy before you even start building your campaigns. Next, we'll start putting this into practice by setting up our Meta Business Manager. Continuing our discussion, let's dive into our next major topic, social media marketing. This is a crucial area for any digital strategy, and we'll be exploring how to effectively use various platforms. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of platforms like Facebook, it's important to mention tools like Canva. Canva is an online graphic design software that is essential for creating the visual content you'll need for your social media marketing efforts. Now let's talk about the practical steps of creating your social media presence, starting with Facebook. The process is quite straightforward. When you open Facebook, you'll need to navigate to the side menu to begin. Look for the See More option in the sidebar. Once you click that, you'll find the Pages option. This is your gateway to setting up a professional presence, separate from your personal profile. Clicking on Pages will lead you to a Create Page button. From there, you'll be prompted to enter key details like your page name, category, and a description. But before you just start typing, there's a crucial step you must take. Before you create that page, you must do your research. You need to consider your domain name and your overall brand name. For example, if your brand is Digital Bashal, you need to ensure that name is available and appropriate for your strategy. The goal of this research is consistency. If someone searches for your brand name, like Digital Bashal, on any social media platform, they should be able to find you easily. Therefore, you should aim to use the exact same name across all your social media sites to build a strong, recognizable brand. Let us jump right into establishing your brand identity across digital platforms. When building a brand, consistency is your most valuable asset. If a customer searches for your business name, they should be able to find the exact same handle whether they are looking on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok. Matching your social media usernames to your primary website domain ensures that your audience never gets confused and your professional credibility remains intact. To execute this cross-platform strategy, we rely heavily on visual design tools like Canva. This is where we transition from conceptual planning to actual graphical creation. You will use this platform to design everything from standard social media posts and engaging carousels to short-form video content and even AI-generated videos. Furthermore, it serves as your primary hub for crafting foundational brand assets, such as your official logo, page banners, and eye-catching YouTube thumbnails. Before finalizing your page details, you can leverage AI tools like ChatGPT to act as your strategic brainstorming partner. By simply inputting your core domain name and explaining your niche, you can ask the AI to generate available username variations, professional bios, and even conceptual ideas for your visual branding. The AI might suggest a variation like Spark Digital Hub if your primary choice is taken. It can also provide valuable psychological insights for your design, such as recommending blue to establish trust and orange to convey energetic growth. These strategic recommendations give you a massive head start before you even open a design tool. Once you have your brand name and strategy, the next practical step is creating your Facebook page. You must meticulously check name availability and select the most accurate business category, such as digital creator or marketing agency. Crucially, as soon as the page is created, navigate directly to the page setup settings and secure your custom username. Claiming this unique URL immediately prevents competitors from taking it and solidifies your digital footprint. With the page structured, it is time to upload your visual identity. Returning to Canva, you will want to set up a custom canvas, typically 500 by 500 pixels, specifically for your profile logo. Keep the design clean and easily readable, even at very small sizes. Utilize the brand colors you established earlier, center your core icon or text, and export the final design to upload directly to your newly created Facebook profile. That brings us to the end of our comprehensive social media marketing setup. Your immediate action items are to secure your consistent handles, fully configure your Facebook and Instagram profiles, and apply your custom-designed logos and banners. Ensure your professional bios are updated to reflect your brand identity perfectly. We have covered a massive amount of strategic ground today. Great work, and keep building.